But as you are urging people to protest and go to the streets, the death toll is rising in Iran. This violent crackdown continues just as it has in past attempted revolutions. I mean, is it responsible to be sending citizens in Iran to their deaths? Do you bear some responsibility? As I said, this is a war, and war has casualties. In fact, in order to preserve and protect and minimize the death toll, minimize innocent victims yet again be killed by this regime, action is needed. The regime is going to try and brutalize its citizenry as it has always done. But we are in a fight for liberation. I didn't ask the people to come to the streets to fight against the regime because I wanted so. They asked me to step in to help them and to be their voice on the outside world, to do everything that we can so we make this uprising successful this time. And I think we have some serious leaders that understand what is necessary, that understand the ask of the Iranian people and are responding to that. I think President Trump is responding to the call that the Iranian people have. The Iranian people have heard his words. They are naming streets after him in Iran. There's a difference. They know he's no Barack Obama or Joe Biden. And that's why they do have a higher expectation. And we'll see what happens. And as you say, I think the president has a decision to make fairly soon. We're doing what we need to do regardless of whether help will come or not. I'm just stating that the best way to ensure that there will be less people killed in Iran is to intervene sooner so this regime finally collapses and puts an end to all the problems that we are facing. We are at war, and we have to make sure that we are victorious. There's no way back for us. We know that as Iranians. And Reza, are you communicating directly with President Trump or members of the Trump administration? Yes, we are. And what has been your message? I think the president said it best. He said, you know, we'll see what happens. And I think part of the consideration is that they already know what we propose as an alternative, as a transition. Right now, the focus is on the immediate issue. I think the world is waiting to see in what way the Iranian people will see that they are not alone in this fight, and that the regime that has dared a response will probably get an answer fairly soon. And that's important to embolden a nation. Look, any campaigns of liberation has occurred at the time that the world finally took the side of those people vis-a-vis oppressive regimes. That put an end to apartheid in South Africa. It put an end to the Soviet Union and liberated countries that were stuck behind the Iron Curtain. There's precedence in history. And I think Iran should not be the exception. In fact, the game changer for the whole region is Iran. And Iranians are fighting this fight not just to liberate themselves. They know that as a result of Iran's liberation, the whole world will breathe easier, that the stability that the whole world is looking for will finally achieve. Because unlike this regime that has always hated America and its allies, the Iranian people are supportive and want to be a friend of America and the rest of the world, of course.